Well, hello C++ programmers, Brian Malloy here, and I'm going to talk about initialization lists. So let me go ahead and make a class. So I've got a class called student, and I have the public area, I have nothing, and in the private area I have one data attribute, age, of type int. And right here I'm instantiating a student called Bob, and I'm using a conversion constructor that I haven't written. So let me go ahead and write a conversion constructor. Now this video is about initialization lists. So what I want to simply do in this one is show you how to write one and how they work. In a subsequent video, I'll show you why we should use an initialization list over assignment. So let me just use assignment now. So I'm going to write student, and I'm going to put int a, and I'm going to say age equals a. Now why am I doing this? Only because I want to you are used to it. You're used to assignment. You've seen assignment before. You love assignment. You think assignment is just so wonderful. What's an initialization list? You don't know, so you don't even want to know. Why are we doing this? Well, because. Let me tell you why. Two reasons. Scott Myers in his item says prefer initialization to assignment. Brian Malloy says prefer initialization to assignment. And in a subsequent video, I'm going to show you that in some instances, initialization can be much more efficient than using assignment. Why? Because of when it happens. Initialization happens before you get to the body. So, in other words, I would never write this. This is ridiculous. So let's write it correctly. So let's use an initialization list. What does it look like? Well, you put a colon. A colon says to the compiler, okay, here comes an initialization list. A colon is like a period on top of a period. It's actually on the keyboard. I mean, you've probably never used one, but it's near the enter key. If you go look at the enter key and go 2 keys to the left, you'll see there's a colon. Okay, so here's what I'll do. I'll put age, it gets A, and I'll delete this. I'm done. Okay, game over. Why? Well, this is an initialization list. I'm only initializing one data attribute. How does it work? You put the data attribute of the class first, and then what you want to initialize it to in parens. Okay? Looks pretty good, huh? All right, so we've got Bob. Let's actually put a getter, so let's put int get age. And let's use it. Okay, so we'll go std : cout bob.get age. Okay, we'll save it. Save it. We'll run it. It runs, and we get 21. Okay, there it is. So that's an initialization list. An initialization list comes before this right paren here and this left curly brace. We announce to the compiler that it's coming with a colon. Then we have the data attributes of the class. Well, you're going to say, what if I've got two data attributes? What if I actually have my IQ listed here? Well, you can't do that. You can't. It's impossible. No, I'm wrong. I'm just kidding. You can do it. So what I'll do is I'll say, okay, IQ is going to be 5 times my age. I know it's not true, unfortunately, but let's assume that your IQ is proportional to your age. All right, so now we can do a get IQ. Okay, we'll put IQ here. And now let's just, to have fun with it, let's get IQ here now. Okay, so what am I showing in this now with this extension here? I'm now showing that if we have two data attributes in the class, then we simply initialize the first one. There's the data attribute. That's what I want to initialize it to, comma, the second data attribute and what I want to initialize it to. And then, of course, I don't even need a body for this. Let's see if this works. We compile it. We run it, and of course it works. Now, one last thing before we sign off here. What if I don't do it in this order? Okay, let's suppose I've got IQ first and age second. Well, first of all, I'm going to clear the screen and then compile it. I get a warning. Okay, this is actually a meaningful warning. It's saying field age will be initialized after field IQ. Well, what does that mean when I run it? I don't even get the right answer now. I get this 0. Why? Let me see if I can tell you what's happening. The problem is that the compiler is going to do the initialization list. not in the order that you put them. No, it doesn't care about you. It's going to initialize these data attributes in the order that you put them here. So what is it? And that's what that warning means. Int age will be initialized after IQ. It's warning you that, hey, I'm going to initialize I'm going to run this initialization list not in the order that you have it, age first and then IQ. I'm going to do them in the order that you've declared them. You declare IQ first, so I'm going to initialize IQ first. You've declared age second, so I'm going to initialize age second. So what does that mean? It's going to initialize IQ by multiplying 5 times the value that age has. Well, age hasn't been given a value yet, so it's got 0, 5 times 0 is 0, and for my IQ I get 0, which is what you should get, because what you did was you have your initialization list wrong. We need symmetry. Okay? So what we want to do is this. Okay, now now I've declared them age, then IQ, and this is bothering me. Let me move that over. Okay? And also let me order this. I'm a nerd. Okay. So now we've got things right. What do I mean by that? We've declared age and then IQ. We've initialized age and then we've initialized IQ. So just initialize things in the order that you declare them. Okay, and that way you won't get the warning, and if you use one data attribute to initialize another, you won't get incorrect results. Okay, so that's how initialization lists work. Why should I use them? I'll tell you that in a subsequent video. I hope this helps. I hope I've demystified initialization lists a little bit. In a subsequent video, I'll tell you why you want to do initialization lists, and it has to do with the fact that why do we want a constructor? A constructor should initialize the data attributes and allocate space if you need to allocate space, like for pointers. And so the compiler is eager to do that, and so when does it do it? It does it before it gets to the body. So if you stick an assignment in here, you've done it too late. I'm going to show you how that can matter in a subsequent video, and until then, Brian Malloy over and out. Happy programming.